Okay, now that we've mapped a couple times, let's try one other object. Let's try a sphere, because that's a different way of doing it, and I want to show that. So, go to your Add menu, or Shift A, and let's add a UV sphere. And really, you'll hear that mapping is actually UV mapping, and not sure why the letters, but you'll hear that a lot. That's why this viewport is called UV Image Editor. So it's really UV mapping, but it's mapping nonetheless. So this is a UV sphere, and once I have it, I'm going to press the period key on the keypad, bottom right hand corner, and it's going to focus on that. And yeah, I can pan around it that way. So obviously this is not very smooth, and I want it smooth. I want a nice smooth sphere, so I can come over here to the modifier tab, and I could put a subdivision surface on it. But let me show you a little shortcut. If I do a Control 3, and this is the numbers at the top row of the keyboard, Control 3, it adds that right there automatically, the subdivision surface modifier with a view of 3 subdivisions. And not sure why it doesn't change the render, but I usually go in at some point and change that to 3. Now, if I'm in solid mode and I zoom in on that, it doesn't look really smooth. So I'm going to come over here to my tools and my shading smooth. I'm going to click that to finish off that smooth, and it looks really, really nice. Okay, so to unwrap this, let me go to edit mode and see all these edges. There's just a lot of stuff going on there. So it's a lot more difficult to unwrap and to mark the seams, to cut it, know where to cut it. So Blender actually does something for us, which is nice. And if you press U to unwrap, there is this sphere projection. There's even a cube projection, but it doesn't work for a standard cube. It's better to do it manually. But this sphere projection is really nice, because look what it does. It does this. It unwraps this sphere and makes it flat. So we're putting a flat image on a round object. That's the hardest thing. But they've kind of figured out the best way to unwrap it flat, and this is it, oddly enough. It's kind of funny. But it works well. So there it is. This is coming over the edge, and there's a reason for that. It actually takes it, they wanted to keep this circle together on the bottom of the sphere, and right here, if it's hanging off, it takes it from this side. It's going to be right there, because this tiles, if there's an image right here and there's something hanging off the edge, it just takes this edge of it and it starts the image again over here. It's called tiling. And so it will get actually this part of the image right there into that spot. Same with this, there from there. So let me get an image. I just made this lovely earth that I'm going to put on there, and I was doing a video and it didn't save the video. I'm kind of mad about it, but this will be a shorter video. You don't have to watch me paint the earth. So I just painted a little bit. It only took a couple minutes, but I lost the video. I don't know why it deleted. So here's try number 2, and I've got it already painted. So let's add this. And so I go to the Materials tab and I click New, because it's sitting here, but it's still not on the sphere. That's one part of it, to see how it maps, but then we have to actually get it onto the object. So I'm going to click a new material, and remember the color bar, there's options to the right of it, and go to the image texture. See, after doing this a few times, you'll start to remember it, and you'll use it all the time, and it'll be great. So I've already got the image. It's sitting right here. Click that drop down, Earth, and there it is. Looks kind of nice and cute right there. It looks like a cloud on top. That's the ice caps that are still there, somewhat. Okay, now that I've got it there and on the sphere, we have to do one more thing. Actually, we already did it. I already did it. I unwrapped, so it should be there. Just have to change the view of it. Okay, there it is. And look, I've got that on top, although I kind of missed it. Oh, this looks a little different than where I painted it. That's strange. And then I've got my lovely Antarctica down below. So I could even press G over here and move it around a little bit. Where was it? I drew it more like this. Maybe it needs to be scaled down a bit. I can press S and scale it, whatever I want to do. And the Earth looks pretty terrible now that it's stretched out a little bit. I didn't take into account that it's wavy like this, which I always forget. So anyway, that is a nice way to unwrap a sphere. And it's really awesome if you get like go to Google and look for an image of the Earth, and it's obviously flat. And so you can bring that in and wrap it around with this thing and scale this a bit to fit. And it actually looks really, really cool with the image on your object as the Earth. So that is the sphere projection and unwrapping a sphere. And I could come with the brush just so you know what I did. Just like I did on the cube. And I could, let's see, is there eyedropper? I'm sure there is somewhere. I could get the eyedropper and get that same blue color, but I'll just guess here. Right there. Oh, not quite. That's okay. It's cold water down here. And I could get rid of some of this if it was too much earth or too much ice cap. Okay. So I just painted on that, drew a little bit, and that is the map. And I'm, of course, going to pack it as a PNG to save it into Blender so that it's there when I come back in. So that's UV mapping, the most basic stuff. Depending on what object it is, we can use different unwrapping methods, and we can get some materials on our objects. Pretty fun.